Hi, welcome to the Management Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. Thanks for clicking on my content and my video. And I'd like you to be part of the journey in helping me get to 1,000 subscribers in the next month. We can do it. Today's video will be about life lessons that I've learned over 4 decades and how I've used that lessons to better position me for success. So number one, the biggest lesson that I've learned is that the matrix is real. Yes, people, it's real. It is the world that we find ourselves in, the world that we live in, and where we have been brought up in the system that we had to follow when it comes to school, when it comes to university, college, and when it comes to getting into a 9 to 5 and into a career. The matrix is real, and it is there to help for society to function, but it's not necessarily a good thing to help you realize your full potential in what God has put you on this planet to do. There is a purpose that each and every one of us have. There's something in us that we've all need to listen to, that small voice that we always need to listen to, that tells us that there's better in store for you. You can do better. So the matrix is something that's designed, it's the world we live in, to basically snuff out that voice and to make sure that you conform to what everyone else is doing and following the herd. So with understanding that the matrix is definitely real and experiencing how it helps this government to control things, how to run things. There has to be structure, there has to be certain things that is put in place for society to function. But you as an individual, for the things that you want to achieve, and for you to listen more and align yourself more to that voice that we all have inside of ourselves, to move away from the matrix and to get to that scene that Morpheus tells Keanu Reeves and tells him, Neo, and tells him, here you go, here's the red or the blue pill. We all have to make a decision in life whether we're going to live our life and completely do a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, we all have that one thing in us that we want to strive to the next level, and we want to gear up and get to where the things that we feel that we deserve and with the things that we feel that we want to accomplish. So for me, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that the matrix is definitely real. You need to acknowledge that and understand how you need to move and maneuver to be able to get past and to use the system against itself, to use the system to get what you want and get the results in your life that you want to achieve. Number 2 is real friends are hard to come by. Me personally, as someone that is always friendly, I always have this charisma about me. I've never had an issue making friends, whether I was a pagan when I was in primary school, in high school, college life, and my early working career. I've never had an issue meeting people, getting to know them. And one of the weird things is that people that I met for the first time and didn't see eye to eye, and we were like, I just don't bloody like you. After a couple of months of being in each other's faces, whether it is at school or college, whatever the case may be, we tend to be the best friends because for some reason we just clicked. I've got friends from primary school that I reconnected with after 28 years, 25 years, and we are still the same crazy bunch that we can connect after all these years and just click and like things as we saw each other yesterday. I have friends from high school, friends from my teenage years, of friends for the last 20 years as well that I have stuck with. We constantly spend time with each other, and sometimes there's huge gaps and we talk about months, years that we don't see each other, but once we meet up with each other, it's like there's no difference. We can just grab a drink and connect from scratch, and like hour into the conversations we fluid like we've seen each other last night for the last 3 4 5 months. So that is something that I've never had an issue with. One of the lessons that I've learned is when it comes to certain friendships, there's a certain ebb and flow when it comes to the way you connect, the way you meet up, the frequency that you see each other, how you invest in each other when it comes to the things that you say to each other, the time that you spend. These are all investments that you're making into people, because it's your time, it's your effort, and it's basically your emotion that you're putting into that relationship in connecting with people. So there's an ebb and flow where you always learn. Sometimes you might be giving your friend a couple of invites, hey, let's do this, let's do that, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm busy. And one of the big lessons that I've learned is that you can always be the person to reach out and say to someone, hey, why don't we do this? Hey, why don't we do this? If they are busy, we all are busy, we understand. People have their own lives. The big lesson I've learned is when someone do not give you a counter offer to tell you, you know what, I'm working this weekend, or I can't make it for that because I've got some family thing, I've got some work commitment, I've got some business seminar, whatever the case may be, whatever the excuse may be. If someone is saying, you know what, I can't make it, but I've got 2 weeks down the line, or in next month on this date, we can definitely do something. What do you think about that? If someone doesn't come back with that counter offer to you, understand that you basically are not that important, and maybe it's their way of just saying, you know what, I don't feel like spending time with you now. My brain or the way I'm operating is another level, and I don't think that you're the person I'd like to spend time with. So don't be offended. Just basically have a life. Have an abundance mindset where you always have different people that you're connecting, and you can do things on your own. Make sure to have your own life, that you are not dependent to plug in people into your life constantly so that you can have validation. Your validation needs to come from yourself, because you are on a path and purpose in the things that you are doing. So good friends or real friends are hard to come by. And one of the last statements that I'll make is that you cannot lose a true friend. You can't. If it was a true friend, you won't lose them no matter what you do. I've had friends, we have an argument with each other and we curse at each other, and you are so pissed at them. But after a while, you're like, wanna grab a beer? Cool. That's just the way it is, because we know each other for so long. We know how each other think. We can get upset with each other, we can disagree with each other, but we know where it comes from. It comes from a place of love and a place of, you know what, we don't see eye to eye now, but I know you're still my friend. If you can't connect and be on that level with certain people, it's not a friend, it's an acquaintance, and you have to just be honest about that and accept that. Number 3, when it comes to money, I've learned that money in itself is a tool. It is not the end all and be all when it comes to being successful and being in a place where you are comfortable and you are able to do certain things in your life that you couldn't do before because you had a lack of it. The opposite of what people always do is they tend to start chasing it and constantly be after it as being the end all, and when I get that amount of money, my life's gonna be great and I'm gonna be happy. That is what I've learned is that is not always the case. When someone gets money and they get something, they get what they feel they need to be happy, they find themselves not to be in that place. Now, I've not been in that position to have crazy, stupid money at the point where I was like, he's just talking through his neck, or he's never had that. But I'm talking it from my point of view and my perspective. When looking at it, I've learned that money is a tool that you need to use. You can save, and saving is a good thing, but it's not going to be the thing that makes you rich. You can save and make sure you have 6 months backup finance, so that if your job for whatever reason becomes an issue, maybe you got laid off, maybe you got retrenched, or something happened outside of your control and you no longer have a stable income, you at least have 6 months stable finances, that you can pay the bills that you need to, and then you can give your clear mind to not be stressed about the things which is when it comes to survival, but you at least have the open mind to look around and be able to maneuver and get into certain positions where you can get that interview, or say to yourself, you know what, this is an avenue I've always tried, let me invest some money that way. So you always need to try and save, and saving is just for that 6 months backup that you need to be able to give you that security. But saving is, like I said, is not going to be the end all and be all. You need to also learn and invest. One of the things that I've tried doing is that I've said to myself, you know what, 1,000 rand, that's in South Africa, $1,000, I use that and I take that $1,000 on a monthly basis and I try something by buying something. Now I am into cycling, I'm into triathlon, I do motorbiking. So these are the type of hobbies that I enjoy, and there's certain gear that comes along with it, and I have an equipment. So I have a good eye to see a good deal at a good price that I can buy and then fix it up, or if it's in a good condition, buy it and then repost it and resell it for a profit. These are the small things that I'm doing just to be able to take money, take 1,000 rand, buy something of 1,000 rand and have that 1,000 rand turn around and become 1,500 and make a 500 rand profit. One of the chances that I took again was I bought a suit that easily in Cape Town costs 4.5k, 5k. I bought the suit for $2,000 in Johannesburg, had it flown down, extra $200. So all in all, I was 2,200 into it. Resold it here in Cape Town for $4,000. It was a profit of 1,800 rand. That was just a chance that I took because I could see I'm sitting on Marketplace, I'm sitting on all these sites that's selling things, and I'm looking at the equipment and gear that in the sports that I know about and I have knowledge about, and I could identify a good deal to be able to buy it and then resell it at a profit and then use the profit into financing the next thing. So those are the things I'm doing. I'm still trying to get into whether it is the stock exchange, the stocks, and buying stocks and learning how that works, and putting myself on that learning curve in being able to put my money into certain things that I can start identifying that can create me some passive income. So passive income is the buzzword, and it's the word that I myself am very fond of, and I'm still at the moment trying to create that kind of passive income revenue streams to be able to start seeing a better return on my investments, and also to start seeing more funds coming in that I can start being able to reinvest and basically as a person use that money, use that tool to better my life going forward. Number 4, self-improvement. It's one of the things that I've always prided myself since my late 20s. I have always pushed myself to be the better version of who I am. There's certain times in my life that I slacked on that, and I had to give myself a smack to basically wake up. But self-improvement is a very important thing that I've learned is the fact that if you respect yourself and you put the time and effort into being the best version of yourself, and that is for grooming. You make sure that your grooming is correct, that you look proper, that your beard is pruned, your teeth is white, you've got a decent haircut, you are fresh and clean when you walk out that door, and you smell as good as well. Your grooming takes others to the point of accepting and respecting you, because if you respect yourself enough to take the time and effort in looking after yourself, others will recognize that and say, this guy is someone that respects himself, and people will give you more respect and more recognition by the way they interact, and you can pick that up. So self-improvement is something that's very important when it comes to your fitness. Getting up, taking a run, getting up, taking a cycle, to going to the gym, whatever you need to do and whatever is the thing that basically gets you out of bed and gets you excited, do that and keep your physique up to scratch, and making sure that you spend the time and put in the time to be the best in the best shape that you can be. And it's something that it's been a way of life. When I was 24, 25, I had someone tell me, 4 or 5 people in one day tell me, hey, you're getting a bit chubby there. So that definitely woke me up. The very next day I went to join the gym, and since then I haven't looked back. I've been enjoying a healthy lifestyle. Sometimes I definitely have those cheat days and in what I consume, but at the end of the day I always try to keep it clean and make sure that I put in the right calories and the right type of food so that I can get the best results when I do the sports and the different activities that I do. So self-improvement is definitely an important thing. It's something you need to constantly work on, constantly focus on, and it's also something that once you look good, you smell good, you feel good, that just translates in you becoming more confident. It's you the way you talk to others, the way you interact with others, people pick up that this dude is confident, he knows who the hell he is, and he knows where he's going. People is gonna want to subscribe to your journey. They're gonna want to know where is he going, because he looks damn good go in the direction where he's going. Like, he looks damn good going where he's going, and he looks real happy while he's doing it. That is what someone is going to pick up. And especially if you are a guy that's wanting to attract females, you need to self-improve. You need to be the best version of yourself. You've got competition, and that competition is you, the person in the mirror, because all you need to be in competition with is yourself, and try and improve from where you were yesterday, and just move the needle to be further down and further up, basically, in being the person that's better than yesterday. That's what I'm trying to say. So self-improvement is important. It brings up your confidence level and the way you interact with the world. People pick that up. Job opportunities, when it comes to, I went for an interview back in the day when I was like starting out my career, and I did not tick all the boxes when it came to the skill level that they required for the job, but I got the job and I was so happy, and I used that job as a springboard to get me into the space of procurement and commercial finance, and it has helped me to grow my career and springboard my career. Years later, all my colleagues from that company, we are still friends, and I asked them why. I asked one of my ex-supervisors, supervisor and manager, we had drinks somewhere, and we were just having a good time, and I asked him, why did you hire me? I did not have what you guys were looking for, and when I joined the department, everyone was like, who is this dude? But in a space of 3 months to 6 months, I proved myself. I worked hard, I learned all the processes, and I was becoming one of the star performers. And I asked them on that night, why did you guys hire me? And they said, dude, have you heard yourself in an interview? I've never heard someone sell themselves and be so damn confident and cocky, not to the point of switching us off, but definitely to the point of us saying, I want this dude in our department. That's what they honestly told me. And I said to them, I laughed at them, and we had another talk and another drink, and I said to them, you know what, thanks for telling me that, because that's something that I'll carry with me, and I said to myself, it's something that I'll definitely take forward in life to help myself grow. And also, this is the type of knowledge that I want to share on my channel, this Manosphere Paradigm, to help you and from the lessons that I've learned, to be able to just take it in, see how you can add it to your life and be able to use it to better things for you. Number 5, learn how to invest in your purpose. Your purpose will set you free. That's one of the things that I have learned in my life, is that your purpose, once you focus in on what you want to achieve, you set a course and put some plans in place, and you have the balls to actually try it and put yourself out there to fail. You will find yourself not being as bored, as lazy as you always would feel. Maybe depressed for whatever reason, you feel a bit lonely. You know what? Once you focus on your purpose, you will find yourself not having time for those negative emotions. You will have the time. You will want each and every breath that you take and the energy that you have. You want to use that and harness that into your purpose, in whether it is whatever you want to achieve in life. So that is one of the things that I feel is very important, is the fact that your purpose is one of the things that sets you free. You need to stop once you get to the point of saying, you know what, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, or my friends this or friends that. If you got time to focus on that crap and sit on social media, scroll through on Insta, on Facebook, wherever you find yourself on the social networks, you've got too much time on your hands and you are not motivated. So what I will tell you is, and what I'll encourage you to do, is get focused on your purpose. Put a plan together as to what you want to achieve and the avenues you can take in being able to achieve that. And then, you know what, just throw away all the fears, take off the handbrake, and just go downhill, balls to the wall. You know what, that's what it's gonna take for you to just go towards your purpose. And also, when it comes to your purpose, in your dating life, in relationships, when we as men, you always taught to focus on women, make them the center of your life. You my everything. Once you put your purpose before anything and you focus on where you want to do, like I said earlier, people will look at you, and in this case, females will look at you and say, you know what, this dude, I have no idea where the hell he's going. I'd like to find out, but he looks damn good and so happy doing it and where the hell he's going. So people will be like, you know what, I don't know what's going on in that dude's life, but I want to be part of that. So be that guy that is always focused on his purpose and not on females, not on other people, not on social media, but focus on what you want to achieve. That is something that makes you very attractive, because you are those people that is not I would say the thirsty ones, because you are focused on what you need to do. You have boundaries in your life. You know when to say yes, when to say no. You do have time, and your purpose is gonna govern your time and energy and where you spend it. So you're not gonna waste your time spending it on the wrong people, on the wrong times, when you need to get what you need to get done. So it's gonna drive your focus, and it's gonna drive you to the point of being able to put boundaries in place and saying no to people when you need to, if it's not gonna be to your benefit. So your purpose, like I said, it sets you free, and it is something that's gonna help you focus, and it's gonna be something that you will always be proud of as you achieve milestones, as you knock off goals that you have. Those are the things that makes you so excited to strive for even more, because you have put in the time and effort, and people is going to see the consistency, and life and the universe is going to reward you, because you are doing what you want to do, and you're pushing, and as a man you are breaking through that barrier to get to where you want. That is what men do. You break through barriers, you break through things, you push through, and that is in a kinky sense as well. That's what you do. That is what us as men do. So those are the lessons that I've learned in my life over the last 4 decades, and it's the things that has started to help me focus and basically start putting things off that I need to put off, and putting other things to the front burner, so that I can make sure that these are the things that I focus on and achieve and get to. So make sure to go through this list if you one more time, just to help you to see, what I can listen to, what I can implement in your life, so that you can basically have a better outcome and you can be a better version of yourself. So don't be afraid to push through. Don't be afraid to tell others no. But also understand that in life, there's different lessons that you're going to learn. There's different times that you're going to have to say no to people. There's going to be different times that you're going to just have an epiphany about something, and something you've been doing for years is just not good enough anymore. So that is where you ultimately end up with certain things that has worked for years maybe, and all of a sudden you run into this brick wall, or you hit this plateau. You find out it's not working anymore because you're in a different place. And that is sometimes where you need to just tell yourself, where do I need to course correct? Where do I need to change things around and rearrange so that I can be on the path to success? So I hope you like this video. I would like you to hit the like and subscribe button and help me to get to my 1000 subscribers. Be part of that journey, and I'll see you next time on the Manosphere Paradigm. Cheers.